Okay, hello everybody. So this one is the last video from section 14.1. Section 14.1, this is video 3. Here we're going to talk about factoring by grouping, and I will go over 2 examples. Okay, and I will explain all the steps based on the example. This is example 1. Factor by grouping. And we have parenthesis 3ax plus 12a. I'm sorry, let me just rewrite that because that's not correct. Originally you don't have parentheses, we will create parentheses. So factor by grouping. 3ax plus 12a plus 2bx plus 8b. Okay, so how are you going to do it? Step 1. Add parentheses. So first what you want to do, you want to create groups. How you add parentheses? Usually the first 2 expression goes together and the last 2 expression goes together. Okay, so that's step 1. So let me rewrite that. So we have 3ax plus 12a, that's our group 1, plus 2bx plus 8b, that's the group 2. Okay, step 2. Factor out GCF from each group. Okay, so the first group it's 3ax plus 12a. You need to factor out greatest common factor. So greatest common factor here is between 3 and 12, it's going to be 3. 3 can divide 3 and 3 can divide 12. And between ax and a is just going to be a. So we're factoring out 3a, and we learn what to do next. You take your original, which is 3ax, and you divide that by GCF, which is 3a, and the solution of that division goes inside of the parenthesis. So 3 cancel, a cancel, you end up only with x. That x goes inside of the parenthesis. And we're going to do the same thing with 12a. You take that 12a, you divide by GCF, which is 3a. We end up with 12 divided by 3, which is 4. And a divided by a just cancel. So 4 goes inside of the parentheses. So we factor the first group. 3ax plus 12a, it's the same as 3a times x plus 4. Save that, we'll go back to that. So again, just save it. I'm going to do exactly the same work with the second group, which was 2bx plus 8b. You have to factor out GCF. So here, GCF is between 2 and 8, it's going to be 2. Between bx and b, it's going to be b. That's our GCF. So to factor this group, we're having 2b times, open parenthesis, and we're going to do work. So take original, which was 2bx, and divide that by GCF, which is 2b. Cancel, cancel. We end up with x. That's equal x. Goes right here. And take original, which is 8b, right here. Divide by GCF, which is 2b. And 8 divided by 2, we're getting 4. B cancels, so it's just 4. And 4 goes inside of the parenthesis, so we have x plus 4. So save that, because we're going to use that in step 3. Step 3, rewrite expression from step 2, which was 3ax plus 12a plus 2bx plus 8b as the factors which we used before, which means that 3a times x plus 4, okay? So 3a times x plus 4, that's the same as 3ax plus 12a. So we're having, that goes right here, okay? Okay. So we have 3a times x plus 4 plus, and right here 2b times x plus 4, we're going to replace 2bx plus 8b with 2b plus x plus 4, okay? So this is what we're going to do. 2b times x plus 4. So we rewrite the expression from step 2 with the factors of GCF, okay? Now what you're going to do in step 4, that should become a little simpler right now. So step 4, factor out repeating binomial, repeating group. Okay, so which group is repeating? X plus 4 and x plus 4 repeats in both expressions. So we're going to factor out x plus 4 times, and in the second parenthesis we're going to put the solution of the division. So you take your original expression, which is 3a times x plus 4. Since we factoring x plus 4, which become our GCF, the division will give you 3a. So that 3a goes inside of the parenthesis. So we have 3a. And originally we have 2b times x plus 4. Since we factoring x plus 4, so I'm doing the division because the opposite of factoring, it's division. When you divide, you end up with 2b. And that 2b goes inside of the parenthesis. And that's the end of the problem. So step 5, rewrite original expression using factors. So the final answer of this problem is x plus 4 times 3a plus 2b. We call that factoring by grouping because eventually in step 4 we factor out. First we group them, we put the parentheses, and in step 4 we factor out that repeating group, which was x plus 4. Okay? Okay, one more example like this and we'll be done. Okay, so that will be example 2, factor by grouping. Okay, so we have 5x plus 10y plus ax plus 2ay. So step number 1, I'm not writing them, but I'm going to explain you putting the groups. You create 2 groups. So yeah, like I mentioned, usually the first 2 goes together and the last 2 goes together. Step 2 will be factor GCF from each group. So you have 5x plus 10y. The GCF here, it's going to be 5. GCF between 5 and 10, it's 5. So we're taking 5x, we divide by 5, that will give you x. Okay, and this x goes right here. And you're taking 10y, and you divide by GCF, which is 5. That will give you 2y. And that 2y goes over there. Okay, save that. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with ax, with the second group right here. Ax plus 2ay, we're going to factor out GCF. So ax plus 2ay, factor out the GCF. The GCF between ax and 2ay, it's going to be a only. So we have a, that's the GCF, times parenthesis, and we're going to do the same work. You're going to take your original expression, which is ax, and you're going to divide that by the GCF, which is a, and that will give you x. So x goes inside of the parenthesis, and you're going to take the second expression, which is 2ax, divide by the GCF, which we find, which is a, and we end up with 2x, and that goes, I'm sorry, going back, that was 2ay, so we end up with 2y. Okay, and that 2y goes right here. Sorry. Okay. Plus 2y. Okay, the same idea, save it. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so the final answer, put all of it together. Okay, so we have 5 times x plus 2y, times x plus 2y, plus here from ax plus 2ay we end up with a times x plus 2y, And again, this is not the end of the problem. Now when you have here, you need to factor out, this is the last step, you need to factor out repeating group, which is x plus 2y. So that's the last and final step. We're factoring x plus 2y, since that's what is repeating, that will be your GCF. And in the new parenthesis, technically you put in the leftovers. So we factor out x plus 2y, so that x plus 2y, it's already here. So the leftover goes inside of the parentheses, so you have 5. And the same thing, we factor x plus 2y, so that x plus 2y, it's right here. It's right here. So what you have left, which is a, goes inside of the parenthesis. And we have it. This is the final answer, factoring by grouping. Okay. The next video, it's going to be about the next section. So that's it. This is the end of section 14.1. You guys working on Alex's assignment, some of you working ahead. I changed it, there are no due dates, so technically all the assignments have to be finished by the end of the semester, which I do, if I remember correctly, I gave you up to May 3rd. If you have any questions, just send me an email and we can always set up the conference using Zoom. Thank you so much.